I nah, but I was just thinking about sometimes when you're holding the camera and doing triggers like this and whatnot, sometimes it looks kind of sus. I don't know. It's not on purpose. Just know it's never on purpose. If it looks like I'm doing something wild, I'm really not doing that on purpose. It's just, just unfortunate camera angles. But sometimes people comment that, yo, it looks like you're doing this, it looks like you're doing that. I'm like, yeah, that was a mistake. Yeah, you can't help it, man. It's just, sometimes it just looks sus. Okay. Something you need to get your head out of the gutter as well. I agree. Let a man do his triggers. Anyway. Book update I wrote yesterday. Pretty happy with what I wrote. I wrote a song in the chapter. In the chapter. And one of the main characters, her name is Lila, and her kind of thing is that she sings. She's got a beautiful voice. And the premise of the story is that it's this notorious pirate captain, Gordon Rowe, and he has this power known as the devil's hand, and it allows him to drain the essence of people. He puts his hand on you, and he steals your life force. He steals your soul, and it enriches him, and it drains you and kills you. It turns you into a zombie, and he can command you to do whatever he wants you to do. You're his zombie, or you can just leave it there if you want. But a consequence of that power is, as he inhabits all the spirits of the people he's absorbed, whose essence he absorbed, they conflict with his own. He hears voices in his head. They're constantly fighting for control. So sometimes he has these very violent seizures, very painful and life-threatening. Given enough time, they can pass on their own, but they get more intense the more people he absorbs. So one of the rules that I set up for my world is that, because this is what he's dealing with, is spiritual possession. He's possessed by spirits. So the cure for that ailment is the voice of the beautiful voice of a singing maiden. So it must be a female, she must be virgin, and she must have a good voice. She must sound pleasant, at least to you. It must sound very pleasant. And he's on his ship on his way from a recent adventure, and he gets taken by the spirits, as he puts it sometimes. But he falls into one of these seizures. So his men quickly rush to an island, just to the nearest island, and they're just searching frantically for a woman who can help, who can sing to him and ease his pain, because now it's like, actually what happens is that he has the seizure, and then he's like, nah, we need to find a woman because I can't keep having these. It's not like he gets there and he still hasn't the seizure. It's more so a thing of like, he has the seizure and everyone's just like, nah, we need. He can't keep moving around without this protection. We need to find a singing maiden ASAP. So they stop by an island, and God is just wreaking havoc. And he's like, bring me a woman right now who can sing to me. And then everyone knows of Lila. She's famous in this small town for her voice. So at first they're reluctant to give her up because, he's an evil pirate. But when he starts killing people, things just start getting out of hand. She actually offers herself up. Now I'm forgetting. Did she offer herself up, or did she just offer? I guess read it to find out. I forgot. Regardless, she ends up being offered up, and he takes her. He takes her, and her whole job while she's with him is to sing to him when he has these seizures. So he's a pirate. And he has a crew of very vicious, very wicked men. And they look at her with lustful eyes, and they want to have their way. They want to pass her around like some secondhand clothing, but they can't, because if they do that, she'll lose her ability to ease Dord's afflictions. But she'll no longer be a virgin. That's an important part of her voice doing the job that it needs to do. So he forbids these men from touching her until she has served her purpose, because he has an ultimate fix for his problem. There's something he's working towards that will permanently solve the issue, but until then he wants to maintain the power, so he keeps Lila with him so that he can continue to use the power without it threatening his life too much. Or another so it doesn't just enrich him, like it doesn't just make him, like it doesn't just increase his lifespan. It also, like, if he dies, he can revive again because he's been absorbing all these lives. So if he dies, he can just come back to life again, depending on the amount of people he's absorbed. So one life he absorbs equals one revival. Very simple. What is the point I was trying to make with that? I guess that's why that's why he got the power in the first place. And there's only really one way to get rid of it, and that's what he's working towards. But it's also like it'll also be an upgrade in a way. So it's kind of what he's working towards. But because she's constantly singing to him for this reason, music is a part of the story, and I've written some songs. And yeah, it's fun writing these songs. They follow like this very old-timey traditional structure, song structure, and lyricism of that period. We're talking about 18th century, so like the late 1700s, so you can think. I try to keep it simple though. I don't want it to be too complicated or like hard to grasp. But sometimes the temptation is to like really try your best to flex your writing skills and be like, look at me, I'm so poetic. But I don't want people to walk away thinking, oh, he's really good at writing music, or writing music. I want people to walk away thinking, oh, wow, that was beautiful. I really felt something when I read that. That's more important than anything. So I try to keep it approachable, keep it simple, to the point. Obviously you give it some poetic flair, some metaphors here and there. You play with these literary devices. But the idea is that it's actually beautiful. It's actually nice to read, and you can revisit it if you want. It has depth, but yeah, for the most part, I want it to be approachable. I want people, whoever is reading it, to understand what the hell I'm saying. When writers show off, we call it intellectual masturbation. You're just stroking your ego. You're just being like, look at me, I'm so amazing. It's like, but it doesn't really serve any other function besides that. So I try to avoid that whenever I can. I just want people to enjoy the story more than anything. Obviously, it's important to have depth. That's what gives it shelf life. That's what lets it stand the test of time. And it's layered. But yeah, you don't just make things complicated for the sake of making it complicated. It's not my style. So a lot of music, and it's not just Lila who sings. There's a lot of singing. There is a balance. It's not like it's not like there's a musical. It's not a musical, but there's quite a few songs. So in this book, maybe there's 3 or 4 when I'm done. Maybe 5. I'm not sure. There might be 5 at the end of it. In this part 1, and then part 2 will have songs, and part 3 will have songs. So Lila sings, some other characters sing, the pirates sing. The pirates sing sea shanties. Sea shanties are songs pirates sing when they're working, when they're rowing. They're just songs they sing most of the time. So music is a part of this, and I think it just adds a nice little layer to the story, and nice little depth. Again, this is I just feel like when you're reading this, you're gonna have a very layered experience, a very multifaceted experience that can allow you to read it again and walk away with something different, and just have a very memorable experience. I want this right at depth, for sure, while still being accessible. So that's what I did yesterday. Yesterday I wrote another song. Pretty good. I might have 2 more to write actually. I thought I had 1 more to write. But I'm thinking of important events that are coming up. And I think there might be 2 moments where she sings. But yeah. In other news, yesterday I saw a video of this YouTuber lady. She was having trouble. She had recently moved to Bulgaria, so she moved from Canada to Bulgaria. So now she had to how YouTube works is that you get paid through this medium, I guess, this platform called Google AdSense. Not because they're earning all this ad revenue. That's how you primarily earn on YouTube. And YouTube doesn't pay you directly. It's like it goes through Google AdSense and then to your bank account. So you set up a Google AdSense account with your existing Google accounts, and then set up bank details, give them your address. That's a whole thing. It's like the whole thing, tax details, and it's very stupid. You have to wait for mail. I don't know why we're still doing mail in 2025, guys. They have to send you a letter to your inbox. Now, I was like, this letter's not gonna arrive. I live in South Africa. I live in an apartment complex. I don't know if this letter's gonna get. It's not like South Africa doesn't have a postal system, we do, but I'm just like, I was just worried that it's just gonna get lost. When I'm sending the letters, it's gonna get lost. So I was like, I'm not doing this. So there is a way to bypass that. You can wait several weeks, and then after some time has passed, you can. Well, yeah, basically, you tell them that I'm not doing this, and then after that enough time has passed, there's another way to verify your account, but I forgot exactly how that works. But that's what I did. I didn't wait for a physical letter, which is wild to me. Because guys, what if it gets lost, or for whatever reason it doesn't reach you, but you can't verify your account now? It's such a frustrating, archaic process. I was really stressed when I was first getting monetized, because whoa. But then I went on YouTube and saw that there's another way to do it. I think I'll just do it that way. But it's still you're not sure if it's gonna work. You're not sure if your channel is actually gonna get monetized for doing this stupid thing. which is like very frustrating, but luckily, thank God it works. They just remove the sending letter thing entirely. Oh my gosh, but who's running the show over there? Sending letters illegally? Oh man. I could just picture like someone for whatever reason not being able to receive a letter. Of course, some countries have like chaotic postal systems. Like our postal system, not great. And I live very far away from the nearest post office as well. I mean, I guess you could send it to my address, but I tried. Here's the thing, right? I tried. So here's how it works. You tell them your address, and then the driver's supposed to come and deliver the letter. And I think if you do that 3 times and it fails 3 times, you then qualify to verify your account in another way. So 3 times, I believe, I tried to get a driver to deliver to my address, to my apartment complex, because we have an office. We have an office that you can drop letters off. Like, I've been in the office before. I've seen a bunch of letters that were sent that were never received by the recipients. So I know that people do deliver letters here, but it never came. Oh, surprise, surprise! YouTube failed to deliver the letter. Google AdSense failed to deliver the letter. You know how stupid it is? You know what's in the letter, guys? It's a verification code. Oh my gosh. Is there no other way to do this? Is there no other way to send people a verification code securely online? It's just... They have to send the verification code physically. Anyway, we could rant about this all day. Homegirl, because she's moving to another country, so she's moving from Canada to the village, Google AdSense said, you can't, because you set up your old AdSense account in Canada, you have to delete that account and set up a new account in Bulgaria. So she had to go through that whole process again, but this time, she had a Bulgarian cell phone number. So you have to verify your phone number. It wasn't verifying the phone number. It was refusing to verify the phone number. She wasn't getting the code that it was sending to her phone. The code wasn't arriving. She was getting stressed because YouTube is her primary source of income. She's moved to a new country. She's releasing videos and none of them are monetized because once you delete your Google AdSense account, while you're in the verification process, they demonetize your channel until you get monetized again. And by the way, that money that you would have made during that period from those videos, you don't get that money. It's not making money because they're not showing any ads. It's not running ads. It's just demonetized. So she was panicking because she's like, bro, I'm in Bulgaria, I've moved here, and I'm not earning. Like, this is my primary source of income. I'm not earning any money because Google's being very difficult. And she has like 300 or something thousand subscribers. So, I think once you cross 100,000, you get an actual human you can communicate with directly in the support team. You can have chats online and whatnot. I think once you cross 100,000, you have that support. I believe. Does anyone who becomes a YouTube partner have that access? I've talked to a real human before, so I don't know if it's just but I don't know. I think maybe you get your own personal representative. Maybe I don't know how it works, but I swear I've talked to a human before. Might have been AI. Who knows? Regardless, she was contacting people. She was contacting Google AdSense. She was trying to like guys, help me. I need to monetize my channel. This is how I make my money. And she had savings, so she was using her savings, but she was like, I need to get this channel back running again. And unfortunately, she finally found a representative who was nice and actually cared about her problem, and was very, very helpful. So they just bypassed the whole phone number system and just verified our account manually on their side. And then yeah, things worked out. Couple things I learned that very important to not have YouTube as your only source of income. It's a primary. So she has brand deals here and there, and whatnot. But YouTube is her bread and butter, right? Very important that you have multiple streams of revenue. For me, YouTube is my primary source of income right now. It's not much, but it's enough for me. He's a single young man with very little responsibilities right now. So, I can do things. I can live my life with what I'm earning right now. But obviously, as I get older, I need a lot more money than what I'm earning right now to have a family, have my own place, and so forth. So I'm building towards that. But I'm also I want my other ventures to be successful as well. Yesterday I talked about how there are a lot of people like digital creators, content creators who, what they do is they build their platform and then they use that to then promote other things. So I talked about Corey Kenshin. He wrote this manga and he has a lot of subscribers, like 20 million or something. Say, hey guys, I got this new manga, go check it out. And that did very well. Now, obviously, look, I'm hoping I don't have to have 20 million subscribers to promote my work. I'm hoping it doesn't have to be that much of a. I'm hoping I don't have to have that many subscribers for order to have the desired results. But the general idea is you build a core audience, people who really mess with you, and then when you put something out, they support it. And a bunch of people have done this, not just with writing, but with a bunch of things. You might have an apparel brand. Jojo ASMR has these new websites, that white website where you can get clothing and stuff. A bunch of people do a bunch of things, right? So for me, I love this channel. I like making these videos. I love doing the rambles, whatnot. But I'm also writing a book. I'm also making music. You see the music on this channel as well. By the way, when I think about this channel, what it's going to be in the future, sometimes I think about maybe I should have another channel to do vlogs and do this and do that. Because I do have a second channel. And that one is just more for just posting things that would get me in trouble on this channel. I might post political stuff or whatever, stuff that would piss people off on this channel. But now I'm yeah, and I'll keep that stuff over there. But sometimes I'm if I want to post a vlog or whatnot every now and then, because now I'm realizing that this channel is, to me, it's more than, it is an ASMR channel, don't get me wrong, but it's also just a way for me to express myself. And my personality is so infused in it that I'm just I could see myself, if let's say I travel and I want to post some footage that I took, and I don't really want to do ASMR, I just want to post footage of me doing some stuff and I want my audience to see it, yeah, I just post it on the channel. I don't necessarily have to post it anywhere else. I can just post it here. Because sometimes I'm it has to be ASMR, always ASMR. But I'm realizing, I think people will be understanding. It is primarily an ASMR channel now, people that way, but I can definitely see myself sharing some other stuff, just personal life stuff. If there's some cool footage I want to share every now and then. Because I don't want to start traveling at some point. So when I eventually start doing that, I'll definitely want to share some footage if take me. I will take some footage here and there. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, I want to promote my book. hopefully that does well. Promote music and let those things flourish as well. Whatever I end up doing, just use this channel and the people I'm finding here to support the other members, so that I'm not just completely beholden to YouTube, you know. So that I'm like, okay, I got this. So if one thing kind of goes sideways, I know I still got these other things. So God willing, I get to that point where I've got YouTube doing well, my books doing well, I've got music doing well, not doing amazing, and I know I'm secure. And then I've got a bunch of other things as well. You know, I've always wanted to start a restaurant, but I always thought that you have to be cooking in the restaurant to start a restaurant, which is such a silly way of looking at it. Like, you don't have to cook to start a restaurant. I went to cooking school. I know how to cook. I'm not a monster chef or anything, but you know, you can go on Instagram and check. I have a highlight reel of the stuff I've made. Even on this channel, I think I have a playlist of food I've made. I've put up some ASMR cooking videos on this channel. So you can check those out if you want. But even on Instagram, I have a highlight reel of a bunch of stuff I've made over the years. So you can check it out if you want. But I feel like the creative side, I could use that to curate like a nice menu of stuff I like and create a restaurant that just specializes in certain things, and I could do that, man. I've always wanted to do that. I think I could just have like set up one spot and then just let that spot do really, really well over some years, and then maybe open up a second spot, and then go from there. And then that's another stream of revenue. So it has to be something you're passionate about. So I'd definitely be interested in opening a restaurant at some point. But I'd want enough capital to hire someone else to run it, so that I'm not, you know, you want to be there, especially in the early days. But like there's other things I want to focus on, so I'd want to be not too involved. Just let someone else handle that while I also handle the creative side of things. I'm coming up with dishes, but you know, you work with the chef, you work directly with the chef, like, hey, this is what I want to make, or how do we, what ingredients, or what are the measurements, so on and so forth. That'll be my whole thing. I wouldn't want to be too hands-on, it's just, I'm more so like a curator. I'm directing, you know, like a conductor, music conductor. I'm not playing the instrument, I'm just doing it. I'll write the music, but everyone else will play it. Everyone else plays it. So that would definitely be a cool thing to do one day. Start a restaurant, build enough capital over the year. For sure. You have to be really passionate about it, because you know, entrepreneurship is not child's play. I've seen my mom struggle with her business. It's not, well, most businesses fail. Most businesses, people start businesses thinking it's a joke. So you have to really have the heart for it. You have to have the patience, the emotional tolerance for all the stress that comes with starting a business. That's why I say, like, I have to be careful, because I don't want it to distract me from other things that I'll be doing. So I want to get to a point where I can afford to just say, you handle it. You handle the nitty-gritty details, and I'll just kind of be hovering. You eat the stress, and I eat the benefits, because I'm funding the whole operation. Yeah, I'm gonna incur some stress, especially if I wanted to fit my vision. Because if you're too hands-off, you know, it can end up becoming something you didn't want it to become. So it's important to be involved to a pretty decent extent. So I think they will be stressed regardless. That's why it's important to love it, to actually be passionate about it. I guess it's just about figuring out like what food would it be. Yeah, what food it would be, and what would be the style, what would be the aesthetic, what would be the vibe. And then maybe at some point I can even open up like a more posh establishment, like an actual, maybe not fine dining, but like an actual restaurant where you come to sit and have dinner. People come there to have dates, and it's romantic, and it's sophisticated, it's whatever. Not like bougie, like you have to dress in suits to show up, but like, you know, it's a fancy place. Maybe that's like the later goal. But definitely setting up multiple streams of revenue so that you're not beholden to just one. If something gets blocked here, you're not going to flop. You're not going praying to the God, you're crying. One girl I was talking about and who was having that whole issue back there, she was talking about how she was breaking down and crying and whatnot. I'll definitely be stressed. I don't know if I'll be crying, but I'll definitely be stressed. I remember like my channel got banned some time ago. I don't know how long it's been. It's been a while since then. Maybe been a year or something. And it's for like a very silly reason too. My channel got banned for some dumb stuff. Oh, I'd called Rick Ross fat. So and YouTube said you're cyberbullying, and they banned my channel. And I'm like, what? And I was like, no, was that it? Was that it? No, that was the first time I got that. Actually, that was the first time I got banned. And I just had to wait that out because it was like, it wasn't a permanent ban, it was like a ban where you just, yeah, I was banned for a week. The second ban was like 2 weeks. You're banned for 2 weeks. So I was stressed because like 2 weeks, how much money they're gonna lose, yada yada yada. I can't remember what they banned me for. The second time they banned me, it was for an even more stupid reason. So the first time I called Rick Ross rotund, called him a robust individual. The second time around, it was really like, honestly guys, it was such a dumb reason. I can't even remember what it was. It was something so ridiculous. I really can't remember what I'd said, but it was honestly, it was just like, no, this is not fair. And as soon as I showed it to the YouTube representative that I was communicating with, they unbanned my channel because like, there must have been some sort of mistake. Sorry. Our bad. But it was stressful. But yeah, I was not moved to tears. I was just upset. But yeah, 2 weeks, man. Oof, I was like, oh my god, how much money am I going to lose in 2 weeks? It's crazy. Because I upload every day, so you know, I was just thinking 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, 2 weeks. And you also think about like the growth you could have lost out on, because especially when you're starting your channel, you really wanna. My channel has been established at that point. It's not about just starting my channel, but you know, I'm still in like, I feel like I'm still in the early days of my channel. I'm still like in the early stages. So at that point, you don't want to like lose out on growth. So that's why I upload every day, like, just to maximize the potential. So when they're saying that 2 weeks you're not allowed to upload, I'm like, that's crazy. And no one knows, because when you get banned, it's like cold turkey. So you can't even communicate, you can't comment, you can't do anything. No activity. So it would have been just 2 weeks of radio silence, no one knowing what's going on. And I was like, oh. I was stressed. But yeah. Not to the point of tears though. Don't worry. Falling. Not on camera, but you could see that. You could see that she'd been crying. And she said it herself. Someone in the comments said, "Don't cry over money, cry over like family and friends." I mean, easy to say. When it's your livelihood, it's very stressful. It's very stressful when it's your livelihood that you're talking about. But yeah, definitely you want to diversify. So I've given myself time. So with this particular, it's very encouraging because she was talking about how she pays her rent, she travels, she does this with her YouTube income, and I was like, it's very encouraging to know that YouTube allows her to do that. Now she's had her channel for like 10 years, maybe 9, approaching 10 hours. It's been a while. So she's been doing this. So it's not something that just happened overnight, I guess. I don't know. But for me, it's encouraging to know that this channel can get me to a point that I could potentially start traveling with income and make from it. That's beautiful. I hope I get to that point. But I've given myself 10 years, man. From this point, in fact, not necessarily. Well, I don't even count the years I've already been doing this. I start counting from now, from 2025. 10 years to get this channel to a good point where it's stable. I pray to God that YouTube is still around 10 years from now, that it's still alive and kicking and driving. I pray. Jesus. For many centuries, YouTube is still a thing. You know, there can be competition. Other platforms can pop up, but like I said, when you got your roots in this, you don't want, and nothing lasts forever, but you want it to last a while. I mean, it's been like 2 decades of YouTube now. Basically, yeah, it's basically the 2 decades of YouTube. Give us many more decades, Lord, please. But Rumble is picking up steam. Rumble is becoming more and more of a thing. Who else is going to do that? Yeah, Rumble really the only kind of competition, but not big competition. But YouTube is still in its own lane, in its own airspace. The competition is good though. Competition makes everyone better because you know that you can't fool around. Because if you fool around, your customers are going to leave and go elsewhere. So competition will keep YouTube on its toes and like make them better and more easy to deal with. Because they have a monopoly, they can just treat you however they want. Because you know where you gonna go. Where you gonna go, bitch? That's how they treat you. So yeah. I've given myself time, man. 10 years. I'll be 35 in 2035. Hopefully by then, like, my philosophy, the way I think of it is like, surely 10 years from now, if I work the way I'm working now, I'm just consistent output, trying different things, just going. 10 years from now, I believe I'll have something to show for it. That's my belief, that's my hope. Some people work on a timeline on like next week, next month, end of the year. It's like, you have to be patient. Some people spend almost 2 decades building their channel. Some people, you check their channel history. Some people have been doing this for 16 years. There's a guy whose channel I just saw right now. He's like, he doesn't travel vlogs and whatnot. He travels to different countries and shows us the food in different countries. And if you check his oldest video, it's 16 years old. He has 1 million plus subscribers. So people say, oh, I also want 1 million subscribers. He's been doing this for 16 years. 16 years, man. That's real investment in the platform. Real time, real energy, ups, downs, everything in between. He invested, man, to put in the work. So for me, it's like, okay, where will I be by the time I'm 35? 35, I'll be 35, which is, relatively young. And if I'm doing well by that point, I'll be happy. I'm just giving myself time. Hopefully my books will be selling well by that point. My music will be taking off, it will improve. I'll be performing live. Hopefully I have a bunch of things going on. It's really very cool to have an apparel brand as well. That's the thing everyone does these days, you have merch, you sell t-shirts and stuff. Because I write, it's such a perfect mix because I've got all this IP, this intellectual property. I can create merch around it, putting characters on shirt, creating mugs, creating this, creating that. It's perfect. So I definitely want to do that, and that's another stream of revenue. So it's just praying to God that that works out, that I can act on all these ideas. Ultimate goal is to start a video game company. I'd love to make a video game. I'd love to make several video games. And even take a crack at making a console. Like that's such a sick idea. I think it's sick for a console. That I think, because people are all like, what could you possibly contribute to this console space? Because it's like, it's well established. There's not much room to enter because you're dealing with people like Sony and Nintendo and all that sort of stuff. But I do think I've talked about it already. I've already exposed it, but maybe some people have already forgotten. So I won't talk about too much, like my specific ideas. But I do think there's a niche you can tap into, and then you can expand that niche and carve out a serious space for yourself. But anyway, that's a big goal that you work towards. So you just start out, just make a video game and get that to work, get that to be received well, and then make another one and another one, and build a name for something. Then you can tackle that behemoth, creating your own concept. But yeah, there's a bunch of things I want to do for sure. But yeah, like I said, I'm giving myself like 10 years with this channel to really turn it into something. Hopefully within the next 5 years I reach 100K. Because I'm just looking at the pace I'm moving at right now, and there are it's not like this. It's kind of like I have moments of like minimal growth. I'm growing, but we grow slowly, and then moments where you just spike, and it just feels like you're just gonna be moving at that pace forever, and then things slow down again. And sometimes people try to make it seem like it's your fault, but anyone who does YouTube knows that, bro, this algorithm is crazy, bro. One moment you're doing great, next moment, like, the algorithm is favoring this type of content, and you're constantly having to adjust and do this and do that, but it's just stay consistent, man. Just stay consistent. Yes, you do have to adapt here and there. You have to switch up and try different things, but it's chaotic. It's not as simple as just upload good videos and it'll be fine. There's lots of people who upload great videos and don't get the attention they deserve. Great channels who just don't have that many subscribers. Because it's a game, man. Figuring out this algorithm, it can get complicated. So I'm just giving myself time to figure it out at my own pace and not put too much pressure on myself. So I'm hoping in the next 5 years I can reach 100K, and then from there, really more than subscribers, the ultimate goal is to get to a point where I'm averaging 100K views per video, because I upload every day. So I want to get to a point where 100K easy. That's the ultimate goal. Once I get to that point, I don't care what the subscriber count is. It could be 200K, it could be 500K, it could be whatever. If I can get to 100,000 views per video and I've got a strong audience, and they support me, I'm happy with that, man. I'm more than happy with that. And you'll grow, but I'll be at that point. I'll just be like, anything. It's just a bonus. It's just a bonus. So yeah, and then so we'll see where I get to 10 years. So now if I can reach that point in 10 years, we'll see. That'd be amazing. And I'll be earning enough to support a family. I can find a girl and start a family. That'll be great. That's what I'm working towards. That's the biggest thing I'm working towards. That's what I look forward to the most, more than anything else. Finding a woman and having children, just having a family, that'll be an immense blessing. But yeah, you have to figure a lot of things out. Yesterday I talked about the street interviews and the Japanese interview, the Korean street interview. The Korean girls were saying like, so this guy, this street interviewer, he's just asking them like, what do you prefer in men? Like, what do you want in men? So, by the way, like, it's just the internet just paints a very particular picture of like what women might want and whatnot, and you get a whole bunch of opinions floating around. But I think it's actually very simple because it's the same stuff that we're talking about. I want him to be tall. I want him to have a stable income. Like, you can have a boring job. You can work in an office, just earn money and have a stable income. Because I want a secure lifestyle. I want a home, and I don't have to worry about rentals sort of things. Wanting to lead in the relationship. A lot of them said that I want a man who leads in the relationship, which is funny. Because when I say these things on this channel, they're called sexist. But I think a lot of girls want that. They want a man who does take charge of the relationship. It's not a pushover. He's assertive. He's masculine. He is in charge of the relationship, of the household. I think a lot of women do crave that. So, I was just like, okay, I can do this. I can get to that point. So I was just giving myself a timeline because as I've said before, I just need one woman. I'm not really like trying to be popular with the girls and all these sort of things. I just need one. So if I can work on myself and get myself to a point where I can just attract one woman and I just put everything into her, making that relationship work, I'm golden. That's the goal, man. That's the goal. And it allows me to be myself. It allows me to say what I'm really thinking because I'm not necessarily afraid of pissing people off or like, I am a good people. It's never pleasant in the language. Some people like thrive off of drama. Some people like really like controversy. I don't. Some people might think I do because sometimes I find like it seems like every other week I'm getting myself into some sort of trouble, losing subscribers or whatever. And some people might think he just likes the attention or whatever. I promise you, it's never pleasant. I just have opinions that might rub people the wrong way, but I don't have a filter. For better or worse, I just don't have a filter. So I just say what's on my mind. So being that way, it's not compatible with this desire to be popular with girls and all that sort of stuff. I just have to find one. I believe I can find one. And I'm just giving myself time. So that 10-year window where I'm just working, trying my best to make everything work. And then just find the right girl and have lots of children. And I've won. I've achieved my goal. My ultimate goal at least, and then all this other stuff I've talked about, try to work on that as well. Try to get those things done. But that's my advice to a lot of guys. A lot of guys stress themselves out unnecessarily trying to compete with other men in terms of how many girls they're getting and all this sort of stuff, how popular they are with the ladies. It's like, it's really not that important, guys. It's like, if you can just find one good girl who loves you for you, like she genuinely loves you, she's nice to you, you're happy, like that's what I'm about. It's all this other stuff, who cares? The people call you names and it's like these days it's seen as like cool to be promiscuous, it's seen as cool to be talking to multiple people at once, playing these silly games. I don't think that's cool. I think that's kind of immoral, sort of it is, because a lot of the time there's collateral. You're breaking hearts, you're playing people's feelings, you're wasting people's time. I'm not interested. It's a waste of my time as well because it's a waste of money. I've been on dates before. It's expensive because I pay. I like to pay. It makes me feel good when I'm able to cover the bill and just to take care of her. It's nice, but it's expensive. You can't just do that for anyone. So I've just stopped because I'm like one of the big reasons why I didn't go out that much and meet girls and all this sort of thing is expensive. Because I know that if I try to get with this girl, we've been going out a lot. It's gonna eat my money. I'm right now in a phase where I'm just like, just focus, bro. Just build your channel. If I meet someone I want to like, I really, really like, then the sacrifice is worth it. But right now, I'm just like, yeah, I don't mind my damn business. So I meet the right person. I'm happy with it. I don't feel like I'm missing out or anything. Everyone else is doing their own thing. I'm doing my thing. I'm not interested in having experiences and having adventures. And I do not care about all that. I'm just like, build your channel, write your books, make your music. Eventually, God willing, your channel gets to a point where you can start traveling. I can go to Japan. I really want to go to Japan. I really want to go to the States. My sister, we're just praying for a visa, but she's already been accepted in this university. They've given her a scholarship. It's a loan. They've accepted any of the documents, which makes it easier to then get accepted for the visa because you have a reason to be in the country. You're studying, you're a student. So she'll be moving to Michigan, so that's a direct link to the States, so I could stay with her for some time if I want. So I'd love to go to the States at some point, just travel, do all this. And that's what I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about these other things that some people might be thinking, I need to go to the club and get a girl and do this and do that. I don't care about any of that. I really don't. I've tried in the past. It's never fun. I've tried doing the whole bar hopping thing, going out with people. It's like, ugh. It's a waste of money, it's a waste of time. I'm never happy. I remember I was like in a bar once. People were just dancing, there was music, drinking, smoking. I just pulled out a book, started reading. I'm not even joking. I was reading a book, bro. I just went to a booth, I sat down and just started reading. I looked so awkward. But I was like, this is not my environment. This is not my vibe. I don't like being here. Why am I here? Oh wait, I know. I was performing some music. But yeah, I had to kill time because I was performing like later. But you get there early, so you don't have stress. You don't miss your spot. So I just pulled out a book and started reading. It just looked so awkward. Yeah, fuck it. It's not me. It's not my vibe. So yeah, man, that's my advice to dudes who are trying to find a girl. Like, just ignore the noise, man. It's not important. Don't try and fit in. Just all that matters is in the end you're happy. You find a good girl and get married, all that sort of stuff. So really, what you should be focused on is building financial stability and all those sort of things. Just gaining confidence and that sort of stuff. When the time comes, you need the right girl. You just connect. That's all that matters. Everybody's nonsense. It's a bunch of nonsense. But yeah, these days I'm doing 50+ minute videos. Sometimes I'm self-conscious about that. Oh my gosh, the videos are so long. People watching this, but I like talking. I like talking about these topics. This channel is such a blessing, man. I'm very happy that I have this channel. I like that I get to express my thoughts and people get to listen to them and I get to do these small videos. It's nice. This channel is such a great blessing for me. I'm very grateful for it. And I pray that it continues to grow and thrive. Shout out to the people that watch the whole thing. The idea that people are watching 50+ minutes of me talking is crazy, man. You're watching to the end if you are at the end. I need to check. Let's actually check together because I'm curious what percentage of people complete these long average. So what is my last long video? Is this one, but this was like released yesterday, so I don't know if the metrics will be out for that. So let's say, what would that be? Engagement? Not engagement. Let me check my older video. So this one was like 3 days ago. Okay, so 14% apparently 14% of the people who watched it today. So this video was had 1,000 views. 14% made it to the end. That's crazy. How many people is that? 140? Is that right? Yeah, right? 14% of 1,000 is... Why am I hesitant? That has to be the answer. Yeah. Why am I doubting myself? That's such simple maths. I don't know, in my mind I was like, wait, that makes sense. One of my issues in school, in high school, when I was doing like maths and stuff, I always doubted myself. I was like, wait, is this right? I always complicated things, man. That's why I'm never good at maths. I just overthink it. Which is funny, it's math, you're supposed to think, but it's like, I was like asking silly questions, man. Just complicating it for no reason. Like things are already complicated, I was complicating it further, which just made it like, I just like I could never do maths. Well, maybe not say that. I don't like to learn it myself, but the way my brain works, this is also, it becomes an issue in writing because I'm really supposed to be wrapping up this video, but I'll just say this. One of the issues when I'm writing, like with the planning process, the reason why I'm not good at planning and why the way I write is more so like, it's a bit unconventional in the sense that, it's not unconventional, I think there are writers who write like this, but you know, the general way people write is like, you plan it out, you have a mind map, you have character maps, you have this, you have all these sort of things that you do to plan out your story and then you write, or you do them simultaneously. What I do is I just write a whole draft, no planning, and then I build off of that draft. So that's what I did with this book. August last year I started writing and I finished at the end of the year, so from August to December I wrote a draft, and then I took that draft and used it as a basis for what I'm writing now. I thought it was done and I was going to edit. What I realized is that it's actually a template, and the real process starts now. And it's taken me a long time to realize that you're not editing, bro, you're writing. You're just writing the book again. Which is why it's taken so long, by the way. But I've been saying this book is coming out for months now. And it's only very recently I realized, oh, I've just been writing again. I just started from scratch. Not from scratch. I had a skeleton. I had a structure in the form of the first draft. This is very robust, but it was a full book. I wrote a full book, but you know, it was kind of it was structured, it was well structured. It had a consistent through line, but you know, it just left a lot to be desired because there's no planning, like no planning. I was just writing. So now this version, the prose is a lot tighter. The characters are a lot more vivid. Like one big issue with the previous version of the story, the first draft, characters were lifeless. Except maybe like Cormier and Lila and Dora Moreau, those three characters, but everyone else was just, even Cormier, low key. That was actually a big problem. That was something I was very concerned about. Cormier, I was like, I'm worried that he's just going to be very boring and Dora Moreau will just be the person that everyone wants to read, because Dora Moreau is a very interesting character. But I was just going to overshadow the main character, and when you're reading the main character, you want to move on from him because you don't give a fuck what's going on with him. Is very boring. That was a serious problem, and every other character as well. Boring. So I was worried about that, but then the second draft, that's when things started to shape up. I started to color them in and add details, and yeah, and it was doing a lot more rich, a lot more structured, and So that's how I write. The process of iteration, just writing, getting better over time. Because when I try to plan, when I was talking about maths, where I just overthink simple things, it's the same thing with planning. It's like I'm making all these mind maps of it. So this will happen, and then this will happen. Wait, what if this happens? And, oh, what if I complicate this? And I just get so stressed, and I can't stop. Like my mind can't stop like generating the ideas. So it just keeps doing this, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like, I can't settle on it. It gets too big and complicated, and it stops making sense. So I realized for me what I need to do, how my process needs to work, I just need to write. And then once I have the finished product, I refine it and refine it and refine it until boom, done. It kind of mitigates that issue of overthinking. It has its own challenges for sure, but I can actually get something done with this process. The other process, I just could never get anything done that way. So I just decided, yeah, I'm not a big planner. I'm not going to do that anymore. Anyway, I don't even know why I started talking about that. What was the point of that? I don't know how I got there. My bum is sore. Thank you for watching this far. Hour and 1 minute, man. Should I just make all this? I love rambling, man. I really do. Shout out to all my Ramble fanatics. Shout out to all the people that made it to the 140 hours video. That's crazy. That's a lot of people. I can't fit 140 people in this room. It's too many. We squeezed up, tied up. Shout out to you. How many of them are asleep? Yo? How many of them are like they just put the video on and just fall asleep? That's a good question. But if it's 140 of them, even if 20 of them are awake, that's a lot of people watching the video today. So thank you. You know I have to play the end of my video, so if I go, thank you for watching this. What? Think this. Focus, just focus. If I got think for this individual watching this right now, think it's fake. Oh, and the Indonesian Ghana is a path towards peace, respect, and purpose. Thank you for blessing this person with wonderful people in their life to love them, take care of them, being the absolute best of them, thank you for maintaining the ones that are there to do the same thing. Thank you for blessing this person with love and marriage and sustaining that love and marriage and making you very, very happy. Thank you for blessing this person with a spirit of gratitude so they can give thanks for all the wonderful things in life. So giving thanks and find peace, contentment, and attract even more blessings. Let your presence be part of this person's life so you know that you're God, that you're real, that you love them. And you're always going to be there for them. Good health, long life, and happiness with this person. You're going to care about you. My name is Jesus. Amen.